Good morning, class, or good afternoon. So let's go ahead and review a little bit of 1.6. Okay, you should have reviewed it already in a previous slide. So we're dealing with scientific notation. So our essential question was, how do you convert numbers written in scientific notation to standard form? Okay, so we found out there's 5 steps. Okay, so basically we're moving the decimal either to the right or to the left. Okay, that's basically what we're doing. All right, so let's go ahead and we're on example number 5. So let's go ahead and get started on this one. All right. All right. So if we remember our steps, and you should have reviewed the steps, there's 5 steps. Okay. It looks like this one's written in scientific notation already. And it's between 1 and 10. You see how it has to be between 1 and 10? So it's already written in scientific notation. So we can skip step 1. Now, step 2 says you have to write this without the power. So let's write this without the power. So it's going to be 7.42, like that. So 7.42. Okay. And then step 2 says you got to look at the exponent. Is the exponent positive or negative? So this is positive, right? So we're going to move to the right. And how many times are we going to move the decimal? We're going to move 5 times, right? 5 times. So let's do it. So here we go. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there it is. So now let's rewrite it. So now it looks like it's going to be 74200. And it looks like here's our decimal. So here's our new number in standard form, 74,200. Let's go on to the next one. All right, so the next one is 6.1 times 10 to the negative 2. Now, this is a negative 2, okay? So now this is, you're going to move, instead of to the right, you're going to move to the left, okay? Just like we did that example of the coronavirus, right? So here we go. Let's go ahead and step 1, it's already done for you. It's between 1 and 10, okay? And over here, step 2 means we're going to write it without the power. So let's write it without the power. So it's going to be 6.1. Okay, without the power. And now step 3 and step 4 says if it's positive or negative. This is negative. So we're going to go to the left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write it more in the middle so that I don't have to mess with it, okay? So that I don't have to get an error or anything like that. So let's go ahead and do it like that. So I'm going to put 6.1. And now, how many times are we going to move it to the left? 2 times. So let's go ahead and do it. 1, 2, and put a 0. And I always like to put the decimal right there. So this is going to be 0.061. And that is in standard form. All right, now this one you guys are going to do on your own. Go ahead and do this one. But I'll give you a hint. The decimal right here is always right here to the right. So it's going to be 7.0 times 10 to the 5th. Okay, and now convert this one into standard form. Remember, it's going to be a big number because it has a 5. Okay, so you guys go ahead and do that one. All right, we're going to go ahead and do the next one. So this one we're going backwards. This one's in standard form now. So what you're basically going to do is do the steps backwards. All right, the decimal on this one, the decimal is right here. So we got to move the decimal. Okay, well, since we're going backwards, we got to move the decimal to where this it's between 1 and 10. So we're going to move the decimal to 3 right here in the middle. So it's going to be 3.725. So it's going to look something like this. 3.725. Okay, so we're going backwards. We're putting the decimal here now. Now, when we put the decimal here, the decimal on this one is at the end. So it's going to move this way, right? So it's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it moved 6 times. But because this is a bigger number, this is going to be times 10 to the 6th. Okay? So 3.75 times 10 to the 6th. If we change this to this, it's going to be the same. Look, I'll put the point right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There it is. Same thing. Okay, so we worked backwards on this one. Okay? So now, go ahead and do 3.7 times 10 to the negative 3. Go ahead and do this one. This one's just like this one. Okay, so it's going to be a small number like that. All right? Okay, good. All right. So now let's go ahead and continue with this one. Now, this one's a small number. So when we actually write it in scientific notation, this is going to have to the negative. Okay, so it's going to have something like this. Times 10 to the negative something. Okay. Now, we got to figure out where. Remember, the number here has to be between 1 and 10. So we have to move this decimal, and we're kind of working backwards now. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it looks like it's going to be 3.0. Okay. Times 10 to the negative something. Now, if this was to move back, let's see how many times it moves back to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is to the negative 6. So you're seeing that when it's a negative 6, it's a small number. When it's a negative, it's a small number. You should have realized that when we did negative exponents, okay, when we have 10 to the negative 1, it's small compared to 10 to the first. Okay, so if this is positive, it's a big number. If this is negative, it's a small number. Okay, this is positive, so this should be a big number. This is positive, so this should be a big number. This is negative, so I'm just giving you a hint. This is a small number, okay? Negative, small number. So let's go ahead and do the last one. So it looks like the decimal is going to be between 5 and 4, yes? Because between 5 and 4 is between 1 and 10, yes? Because that's the rule. So it's going to be right here. So this is going to be 5.4 times 10 to the something. If it moves to the end, to the right, how many times is it going to move? So it's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like it moves 4 times. So times 10 to the 4th. 5.4 times 10 to the 4th. Now, look at all these problems, okay? Just kind of acknowledge them, that when it's a positive, your number's big. When it's a negative, your number's small. Okay? All right, guys, that's your answers right here. All right, now if you stayed all the way to the end, then I'll give you the answers. Here's the answers right here. So 7 times 10 to the 5th equals 7.0 times 10 to the 5th. So we rewrite it without the exponent. So we take this guy out, 7.0. And then after that, we're going to move to the right because this is a positive. So it's going to move 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there it is. And now I rewrote it. So it's 700,000. So this is 700,000. And then on the next one, 3.7 times 10 to the negative 3. This is between 1 and 10, so we're good. So now we rewrite it. So it's 3.27 without the power. And now we're going to move, because it's a negative 3, we're going to move to the left. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3. So it's there, 0.00327. So there it is. It's a small number again. All right.